I'm not gonna tell you to cancel Netflix or stop buying coffee or make your own cleaning products from vinegar and, I don't know, good intentions. That's not the kind of minimalist I am. I'm the kind that has strong opinions about her coffee maker, goes to the Italian place for gelato, and doesn't track her groceries. Zero regrets. But there are things I genuinely stopped buying or never started in the first place. And the reason is always the same. The things didn't actually deliver what it was selling me. So here are those things.
Tech that promises hands off but creates a new thing to manage.
Let me tell you about my most regrettable purchase. I own a robot vacuum. The fantasy it sells, set it, forget it, your floors are handled. You come home to clean floors, you didn't have to do anything. The reality, I came home, saw what the robot had done, and got out my Dyson vacuum to finish the job. So now I have two vacuum situations instead of one, and a cute disc on the floor. I use my cordless vacuum every day. 4 minutes, it actually works. Yes, it costs more upfront, but here's how I think about it. The more you use something, the cheaper it actually gets. A $100 thing you use every day for 3 years costs you almost nothing. A $50 thing you use twice costs you $25 a go. That's cost per use. And on that calculation, the robot never stood a chance. Kitchen appliances for experiences I'd rather have out in the world. This one isn't even about the product being bad, it's about what you're actually buying. I almost got an ice cream maker at some point. The idea of making gelato at home sounded nice. But here's the thing. What I love about gelato is not, in fact, the gelato per se. It's going to our local Italian place, the walk there, someone who cares deeply about gelato, telling me what's good today. An ice cream maker doesn't give me that. It gives me a machine I'd use a handful of times a year that makes a quieter version of the thing at home without the walk. I'd much rather spend that money at the Italian place. Worth every penny. Every single time. Now, my DeLonghi coffee maker, that's a completely different story. I use that thing every single day. I'm genuinely attached to it. Cost per use, one of the most justified things I own. What's yours? The one purchase you defend to anyone regardless of the price. Drop it in the comments. I have a feeling the coffee crowd will find each other down there. Things bought for a version of me that doesn't exist yet. This one is embarrassing because I have done this. I continue to do this on occasion, and I suspect you have too. Buying things for the person you're about to become. Let me tell you a story. The yoga mat for the morning yoga version of you, the bread maker for the Sunday bacon version, the language learning app for the version that's apparently still learning Spanish. They're all bought in a moment of genuine optimism. You really do intend to do it. The vision is vivid. You can practically see yourself doing the yoga. And then real life continues and the mat sits in the corner and eventually it stops being a yoga mat and starts being a reminder of something you haven't done yet. I have one. It has been waiting for me for over a year now. Any day now. I'm not saying never buy it. Sometimes you do, and it changes things. What I stopped doing is buying something as a substitute for deciding if ever I actually want to do it. There's research on this. Identity-based purchasing, where buying the equipment gives you a small hit of a feeling like someone who does that thing without doing it. So now I ask myself, have I tried this without the equipment, or am I buying my way into starting? If I need the purchase to begin, I wait a month. If I still want it, maybe. If I've already started without it, then yes, it makes sense. The yoga mat was clearly the second situation. In hindsight, a very obvious clue. If you're trying to figure out what's actually worth your money versus what just sounds like it should be, that's basically what this channel covers. If that sounds like your jam, stick around. Fast fashion and seasonal trends. Fast fashion and seasonal trends may mean you're constantly buying things that feel right for about 6 weeks. Then the moment shifts and the thing feels off, and it's still there in your wardrobe, making every morning slightly more complicated than it needs to be. Decision fatigue is real. The more low stakes choices you make every day, the less clarity you have for what actually matters. If your wardrobe is full of things you're not sure about, you're spending energy on something that should be automatic. I'd rather have fewer things that actually feel like me. Trendy decor that doesn't mean anything. There's a whole category of home decor that is essentially, what does a nice life look like right now? The specific shade of beige, the vase that's everywhere this season, the aesthetic that the algorithm decided was aspirational. And I get it. It generally looks good. The problem is, it looks like everyone else's home right now. And then the trend moves, and you're left with things that were someone else's idea of a good life. I think about this a lot actually, because my home is the space I live in every day. I want it to look like me, not like a decoration shelf in a store. And I used to be guilty of this in a different way. Every time I traveled, I'd come back with things, souvenirs, little objects, something from every market I walked through, genuinely meaningful at the time. And then collectively, they just became a lot. The house started looking like a museum of places I'd been. So now I have a rule, one thing per trip, so I don't have to negotiate things with myself every time. Something with an actual story, something I still want in 5 years. I've mostly kept that rule. The question I actually ask myself now, and it took embarrassingly long, isn't, can I afford this? Or even, do I need this? It's closer to, am I buying the thing or am I buying the story it comes wrapped in? Most people aren't buying things. They're buying the feeling of being the kind of person who has that thing. That's not a personality flaw. It's a business model. The robot, the ice cream maker, the trendy decor, different categories, same pattern. The story was more compelling than the reality. And sometimes, the story is worth buying. The DeLonghi coffee maker has a great story. I use it every single day. And I'd buy it again without thinking. The difference is just asking the question first. Am I buying the thing or am I buying the idea of having it? That one question has probably saved me more money than any budget I've ever tried to keep. And I don't ask it all the time now. It's more of a background feeling. And the stuff I do buy, I actually enjoy. No guilt, no yoga mat judging me from the corner. Well, one yoga mat. Sometimes the product was never really the point. I just wanted the walk to the Italian place. Look, I'm not trying to buy less. I'm trying to buy better. Those are very different things.